Right, Shalom. Uh, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Brakathad to the apostles. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Right, and Brakathad, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to all you brothers out there in this faith. This is going to be a quick show that the brother on the line, Chaziawan, is going to bring us some articles on some news about this devil going down. Today is December the 11th, right? 12th. December 12th, Friday, 2014. It's about to be 2015. All right. So, you want to start just reading the article out?
Yeah, Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And salutation to all you brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. Basically, yeah, you're just doing another prophecy update, a World War III update, man, because a lot of stuff is going on the media right now, and, they're kind of putting World War III and what's going on between Russia, the United States, NATO, and these other nations on the back burner, and instead they're feeding, the populace with all this madness with the, they're basically trying to stir up a race war with Michael Brown being put to death. This other guy, Eric Garner, out of New York, kid in Ohio got put to death. So what Esau is doing is he's putting all that information out there to stir up the emotions of the people, but at the same time, he's using that as a distraction from what's really going on. The collapse of the U.S. economy and the global economy, the war and the call for war that's going on around the world. So this thing is heating up. So what we're doing is we're bringing out the real news, the real information, and then on top of that, we're filtering it through the scriptures, because we're living through the time of biblical prophecy. This is the time, man. So the first article that we have here is from Inquisitor.com, dated December the 10th, and it reads, Russian media warns of World War III over U.S. Resolution 758. Canada offers military aid to Ukraine. So there's a new House resolution that was just passed, and it has to go through the Senate, and it's called H.R. 758. And I'm going to go into the article. Basically, it calls for the United States to aid Ukraine with military weaponry in their fight with Russia. So start this thing off. Let me go ahead and read some of this article. We'll also filter everything through the scriptures. So the article reads, it says, Russian media is already warning that the recently passed House Resolution 758 could lead to all-out war if the U.S. Senate were to pass similar legislation. While President Barack Obama has yet to offer lethal aid and weapons to Ukraine, Canada has already announced they will provide military assistance outside the constraints of NATO. In a related report by the Inquisitor, Ron Paul believes that a reckless Congress has essentially declared war on Vladimir Putin and Russia based upon Resolution 758. Fears of World War III were stoked when Russian fighter jets faced off against NATO jets and blitz designed to be a show of force by Vladimir Putin. It says House Resolution 758 officially calls upon President Obama to provide the government of Ukraine with lethal and non-lethal defense articles, services, and training required to effectively defend its territory and sovereignty. This is a total BS, man, because it's not about defending the Ukrainian sovereignty. This is all backed by the West. It's all backed by NATO. They have a plan, which all has to do with the natural resources, gas pipelines, and the money that can be made with control over Ukraine. But further, it says it's possible that the current Democratic majority in the U.S. Senate, led by Harry Reid, will block similar legislation from passing the Senate. But John McCain has already promised to pass a similar resolution in 2015. Now, whether they pass this H.R. 758 or not, this war with Russia is going to happen. Why? because it's written in the scriptures to take place. All right, it's inevitable. Whether this is the spark, the starting flame, or whatever it is, this thing is going to happen very soon. It says Russian Foreign Minister spokesman Alexander Lukashevich claims that supplying lethal aid to Ukraine would be a direct violation of the Geneva Agreements. In addition, Russian media funded by the government has published an editorial that attempts to refute House Resolution 758. And this is referring to an RT article that came out earlier this week. And basically, which we know RT is a Russian-funded, controlled by the Russian government. But that lets you know, when you read RT, that basically gives you the side of what Russia believes, what Russia thinks about what's going on. Basically, they're blasting the United States with this new resolution. And the article continues on. It says, RT even goes so far as to claim that the United States is provoking World War III by bringing the United States one step closer to an all-out war with Russia. The opening paragraph of H.R. 758 accuses Russia of conducting an invasion of Ukraine and violating its territorial sovereignty. There are many more preposterous claims and dangerous demands in H.R. 758, yet the document has been greeted with a deafening silence in the United States by the corporate-owned media. The article from RT.com states, before the U.S. Senate votes on H.R. 758, it should ask itself these simple questions. Otherwise, it risks stirring up a hornet's nest of problems the world does not need. And that hornet's nest is a nuclear conflict, man. Which, again, the last prophecy podcast we did, we talked about that. How this nuclear war is bound to happen, man. And I'm going to go to the last paragraph.
If you got scriptures, let me know.
We jump into this other article, and we're going to bring out, a whole bunch of scriptures. And it says, Russia has flagrantly violated the territorial integrity of Ukraine and continues its efforts to intimidate and undermine the democratically elected government in Kiev. The declaration reads, referring to H.R. 758. Canada and Ukraine are committed to continue working together to strengthen the capacity of the Ukrainian government and its security forces to defend Ukraine's territorial integrity and its people. We declare, speaking of Canada, our intent to continue working together to explore ways in which to build upon these gains, particularly as concerns defense capacity building through the provision of general support training such as military, police, medical, and personal protective measures. The Ukrainian government in Kiev continues to seek legal aid from NATO member countries. While both the United States and Canada have rejected calls to send lethal aid into Ukraine, both countries will be obligated by NATO treaties to respond with military force if Russia's actions were to ever violate Article 5 of NATO's Washington Treaty, which declared that an attack on one is an attack on all. And that directly goes into Revelation 17. Can one of you brothers get that scripture where it talks about beasts have one mind and give that power to the beast? Because that goes directly into this. Because this is talking about Canada. They have a declaration, so to speak, to aid the Ukrainian government. And H.R. 758 is the U.S. version of it, which, Lord willing, is going to be implemented, man, because that's going to speed this World War III up. But like the last paragraph says, both these countries, if anything happens in regard to NATO, all these countries are going to have to get involved, man. Why? Because they all have one mind, as the scriptures say, because they're all a part of NATO.
Want me to bring it out?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Revelation 17 and 11. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth and is of the seven.
Right. Which is talking about America. The seventh is Great Britain. America is the eighth, that last eighth kingdom that come out of the beast, which that beast is the ancient Roman Empire, which today is in the form of NATO, man, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It came back in a military conglomerate. Go ahead.
And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth and is of the seven and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns. And the 10 horns. Oh, Salakia.
It says it goes into perdition. mission, because what's going to happen to America? And America's going to be totally destroyed by nuclear fire. And in the process of that, NATO's going to be destroyed as well. The whole, this whole system, this whole kingdom that Esau has set up, that's going to go down, man. And America's going to completely be destroyed, man. So the so-called white man society, Esau society, is on the verge of collapse and destruction. Go ahead.
All right, this is verse 12. I'm just trying to pull it up here on the laptop. All right. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th and is of the 7th, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast.
Yeah, 1 hour with the beast. Meaning these nations, talking about the EU nations, the European nations, they all are together with the beast. As NATO moves, so do these other countries. And if one country in NATO gets attacked, or one country feels threatened, they all take sides together. So they give their power to the beast, man, which is NATO.
Yeah, they're pretty much a military pact. You know, the deal with, they protect all of their interests, whether it be militarily, financially. They'll send the military out bomb countries just because you're messing with their companies, man.
Yep.
So that's how this damn devil works. It says, verse of Revelation 17 and 13, these have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
Yep. Which that's right there. I'm going to read this quote again. It says, while both the United States and Canada have rejected calls to send lethal aid into Ukraine, both countries would be obligated by NATO treaties to respond with military force if Russia's actions were to ever violate Article 5 of NATO's Washington's Treaty, which declares that an attack on one is an attack on all. So that's one mind right there. So right now, what we're seeing and what we're reading in this article is directly linked up to the scriptures, man. You know? So that was it on that article. Now this is the next article, and this is the basically the meat of the podcast today. It's from the CommonSenseShow.com, Dave Hodges, and it reads, America's Epitaph. The U.S. will soon stand alone versus the nations of the world. And that's key. It says epitaph. An epitaph is, you know, anytime you see a tombstone and they have the descriptions on it, they might have they might say, you know, something about who the person was or have when they were born, their name. Well, that's an epitaph. So right now, this man, Dave Hodges, is telling you that, hey, America's already dead. This place is already done. It just has to physically manifest itself, really, but it's already been written. The tombstone has already been set up for America's destruction, man. So let me start the article, and I'm just going to highlight the important parts, and you know, brothers will bring out scriptures as well. It says, this article represents the beginning, Salaki, and let me say this, it's dated December 9th, 2014, so another article that came out this past week. So while everybody's concentrating on Mike Brown and that other nigga Garner, and whatever other madness they have out there on the media, hey, this World War III deal is happening very quickly. So it says, this article represents the beginning of the end of the United States. Many who will read this article will find themselves in agreement, at least initially, because the developments which serve to threaten the future existence of the United States. So let me read it again. Because the developments which serve to threaten the future existence of the United States, because the events are well documented. It says Americans need to deal realistically with the real reasons why America is about to be run over, both economically and militarily, by Putin and his newfound friends across the globe. I cannot shake the feeling that this is America's epitaph, and no amount of my own personal cognitive dissonance will convince me otherwise. And cognitive dissonance is an example of that is you grow up believing in Christianity, you grow up and have a whole bunch of different beliefs. And when somebody presents you with certain facts and certain evidence that conflicts or disproves your beliefs, you reject it. Because you don't want your glass house, so to speak, to be broken up. You want to continue to believe in falsehood and what you been always told to believe. Like in America, from a child, they teach you America's great. They have you rehearse the national anthem. They tell you that America is always going to last. It's the strongest nation on the planet Earth.
Land of home of the brave, land of the free.
Yep. Yep.
They tell you the greatest country in the world. They tell you that. That's that they instill that to you through media, and then they just brainwash you that at school. Make you do the so-called Pledge of Allegiance to Satan.
Yep.
And then they got all these people worrying about damn Christmas and going shopping. They got you people controlled, man.
Yep. So anytime you bring out any facts or evidence, reading articles like this, or when we go out on the highways and byways and we tell these people that America is going to be destroyed, that the Lord is coming back to establish His kingdom on the earth, they reject that. Why? Because it conflicts with what they have in their mind and what they've been told and what they believe for so long. So instead of accepting the facts for what they are and looking at it as it is, they'll just push it to the side and keep on going, man. You know? And that's fine, because anybody who does that and doesn't wake up, you're going to be destroyed, man. Really, if you're not part of the elect and you're not an Israelite, that's part of the elect, and you're in America, you're going to be destroyed regardless. Whether you're an Edomite and you realize America is going to be destroyed, you can be a Gook and realize America is going to be destroyed. If you're in America and you're not the elect of the nation of Israel, you're done. You're finished. Your time is almost over, man. So let's continue. I'm going to read the first section of this article. It says, the Russo-Chinese energy deal. It says, the haughtiness of the West as they impose sanctions on Russia over Ukraine is almost laughable. The sanctions are boomerang in disguise and will come back at us to destroy the American economy, which will lead to World War III. Now, can you brothers get 3 scriptures? Obadiah chapter 1, 3 verse 5, Isaiah 23, 7 and 11, and Jeremiah 49, 14 through 18. Because the key word that I picked up on this was haughtiness, man. Because that's the MO of America, the West, and the so-called white man, is haughtiness. They're being very proud, you know, having that pride, believing that this place cannot be taken down, believing that they can do whatever they want to do, believing that they can go against the Most High, man, which that's totally off. The pride of America, the pride of the so-called white man, is going to be his downfall, man. So brothers can bring those scriptures out real quick.
Which one you want first, Doc? I got all 3.
It doesn't matter whichever one you got. It doesn't matter.
I'll bring Isaiah 13 and 11.
20, Isaiah 23, 7 through 11.
Okay.
Yep.
Isaiah 23 and 7. Is this your joyous city, whose antiquity is of ancient days? Her own feet shall carry her afar off to sojourn.
Yep. They're right there. And when you read Isaiah the 23rd chapter, it says Tyre, which is the ancient city. But really, this is symbolic for America. And how is her own feet carrying her far off? By America going into all these different nations across the globe, man. America has bases in every continent on the planet Earth, man, in over 100 countries. Instead of focusing on the home country and making sure everything's going right here, America goes off into all these other nations and causes confusion. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Who hath taken this counsel against Tyre, the crowning city, whose merchants are princes, whose traffickers are the honorable of the earth?
That's right. It says whose merchants are princes, because who are the people that run America? These big corporations, and behind these big corporations are the global elite. That's why America is known as if you're up on what game and you know what's really going on, you know that America is nothing but a fascist society, which fascism is a merger of corporate and state power. Because who really controls the government? These corporations. Who controls Washington D.C.? J.P. Morgan Chase, What's those other banks they have out there? I'm drawing a blank in my head.
Well, who controls the Federal Reserve? That's straight the hand of the Rothschilds. You know, and they're the ones who print all this fake currency, and so they made it so that all these a lot of Edomites who are so up there on Wall Street, they live like fucking princes, man. They go to Dubai.
Yep.
You know, those Edomites go. If they want, they get to go and have sex orgies. You know, with the Illuminati buddies. They get to rub shoulders of. They eat their doo-doo or whatever the hell they do, you know, in some swanky place in Manhattan or whatever.
Yep.
You know,
Goldman Sachs.
Yeah, they got their yachts. They got their yachts and shit, you know.
Yep. Yep.
And then it says whose traffickers are the honorable of the earth, right? Traffic, that just means business, you know.
Yep.
There's people who are moving all those big ship. The trafficking is making that moving business. Yep. And that's all America is, and it's going to end real soon. It's going to end real quick when the economic collapse happens.
Yeah, hey, that's right on, man. Like the brother said, these Wall Street, these big oil businesses, oil companies, these big energy companies that make billions and billions of dollars. You know, these are they live like princes on the earth, man. You know, all these billionaires that live in America and have places all around the world, they're the princes of the earth. The kings of the earth right now, like the brother said, the hand behind these big businesses, which is the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, you know, they're elite banking families that control the flow of money, control the flow of energy, control the flow of everything. But these merchants that work under them, they live deliciously as well, man, because they're doing the work of their masters. Like I mentioned, J.P. Morgan. He was a Rothschild agent that was set up. His father was set up by them, and then he basically took his father's place and took it to another level. He was a Rothschild agent here in America. Yep. You know, and now his bank and Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley, what are all these major investment banks that they run this place, and they run DC. You know, that's who Obama's working for in the interest of the Rothschilds.
He's a perfect puppet, like the elders were saying, like that devil that Webster Tarpley brings out. The perfect puppet is Obama.
Yep.
He came from Barry Soetoro, whatever the hell you want to call him. Came from a CIA family. And then all kinds of there's all kinds of goddamn confusion out here, you know. But like you see, like the brother was saying, you know, J.P. Morgan was set up by the Rothschilds, straight up. All these guys, if you want to be, like I remember watching GMSLA, they're going into it too. You brothers down there about how the only rich jakes are these entertainers and shit, you know, or athletes, right? Because you could say, even look at Money May, you know, he lives like a prince.
Yep.
You know what you would think would be a prince, because you know he does it at the will of the Illuminati, man.
Yep. Hey, but the difference between Esau and Jake is you got regular Edomites out here. They might walk past you down the street. They might have millions of dollars. You'll never know. They'll just be a regular cracker, you know. But Jake, it don't work like that for us in this kingdom, man. You really gotta, you know, like you said, be a fucking entertainer or athlete. You might have a few Jakes out there that moved up in the business world and attained some type of riches, so to speak, but that's few and far between. But for Esau, that's a common thing, man. Down here, down here in LA, all you gotta do is drive down Wilshire Boulevard. Just head to the west side of LA, you know, and you'll see regular ass Edomites, man. Regular everyday Edomites got millions of dollars living deliciously all throughout West LA. I know you brothers up there, they got them, Atherton, Palo Alto, regular ass Edomites, you know?
Yep.
You know? But anyway, can you go back and read verse 8 through 11?
God, it's Isaiah 23 and 8. Who hath taken this counsel against Tyre, the crowning city, whose merchants are princes, whose traffickers are the honorable of the earth? The Lord of hosts.
Which is talking about America. Go ahead.
The Lord of hosts hath purposed it to stain the pride of all glory.
Yep.
And to bring into contempt all the honorable of the earth.
That's right, and hey, that's happening right now, because America, the West, they're being brought into contempt. You know? All these other nations are beginning to hate this place, man. Go ahead.
Pass through thy land as a river, O daughter of Tarshish. There is no more strength. He stretched out his hand over the sea. He shook the kingdoms. The Lord hath given a commandment against the merchant city to destroy the strongholds thereof.
Yep. Hey, that's America to the core, man. The merchant city. All the America at one point, and still really right now, as you speak, is that great merchant city, that great city where all these companies make money off of America one way or another. America is the number one consumer country on the planet Earth. So
a consumer-based economy, they call it. It's a straight-up consumer-based economy. It don't export nothing anymore. Everything comes in as cheap goods that get sold for a goddamn Federal Reserve notes.
Yep.
And all you people, and everybody just works service jobs at a service economy, you know, just serving people up. So this is big slave state.
Yep. This country has allowed everybody to get rich, you know. And why do you think these Muslim countries over there, like Saudi Arabia and a lot of these Middle Eastern countries, these heads over there, the governments in those countries, how did they get rich? They got rich through America, through dealing with America, man. You know, or the West. Hey, can you bring out Obadiah and then Jeremiah as well?
Yeah, I can.
And then we'll get back into this article.
This is Obadiah 1 verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Yeah, who is that talking about? The so-called white man, Esau. Caucasian. The word Caucasian means cave dwellers. So who dwelt in the clefts of the rocks? The so-called white man. Again, when you read the article, the first thing it starts off, it says the hardiness of the West, which that's a code word for the hardiness or the pride of the so-called white man. You know, even though the Russians, you know, they're Edomites as well, but this is referring to the West, America, and this is where the ultimate judgment is going to come, man. Go ahead.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Yep. Hey, right there. The few, the proud, the brave, whatever they say, all these slogans America has, man, they don't think they'll ever be brought down. And all these nations are starting to wake up to that, and they're all teaming up together to go against America. That's like when you're in school, when you got this one dude who's beating everybody the fuck up every day, taking their lunch money. Eventually, all the kids are going to say, you know what, let's just fuck him up. Let's all come together and beat his ass, man. And that's what's going to happen to America, the big bully.
Yep, and then I was doing my own research and looking at articles and stuff and watching videos on YouTube, right, about how America is being portrayed globally as a horrible place, man. Because all these people see what's happening here. You know, they just kill Jake and just they get away with it, you know. And everybody in Europe, they already know, like, oh yeah, you guys had slaves, you're the worst. So everyone all over the world is looking at America, and they're not going to have any sympathy when America gets destroyed, man.
Yep.
All these nations are going to be rejoicing to see America get destroyed in that day. And that why? Because you damn Edomites in this country are the damn devil. Every last one of you.
That's right. That's right, man.
And so the Most High is he's putting the spirit on the elites, on the Illuminati to set it up like that, man. Because they're the one pushing now this turmoil in America. Because they're going to have UN troops over here. They're going to send them for the concentration camps. You're going to have Russian troops over here, Chinese troops, Canadian troops, Mexican troops. All right. They're going European NATO troops are going to be here, just smoking you people out here. You know, and they're gonna like it because they're getting trained out there to hate you damn Americans, man. They hate you stupid ass Americans. You damn Edomites here, you niggas. Everyone hates the so-called black man.
Oh man, everybody, man. All you gotta do is go on these certain news sites, and you online, and you look at the comment boards down low. There, you can put in your little comments, or you go on YouTube and look at the comment board. You go on social media like Twitter, man. they hate the so-called black man. They hate him, man. They have a serious disdain for the so-called black man, especially in America, man. But you know, for some odd reason, you know, our people haven't woken up to that fact yet. You know, slowly but surely, as these, you know, as Esau uses his media to stir up this race war, you know, Jake's spirit is getting riled up, but really it's the Most High. But majority of our people are still asleep to what's really going on, man. You know, but they're gonna find out when martial law is instituted, when this deal really goes down, man. It's not gonna be we are the world, let's all hold hands, man. It's gonna be like the scripture say, every man's gonna be, you know, with his own neighbor, so to speak. Roughly paraphrasing, your own people, you know. One people shall come against another. It ain't gonna be you know, Edomite protesting with Jake at, you know, at an Eric Garner or Michael Brown rally. That's gonna be a thing of the past real soon.
But you know what? Even these niggas out here are waking up to how all these Edomites over here in the Bay Area who are out there in Oakland and Berkeley protesting, they're just a bunch of Edomites, man.
Yep.
And then Jake is over there, you know, not even clicking up with Esau.
Yep.
And so, like, even students at these universities, like, they're making the, like, yo, this is going to be an all-black demonstration. They're saying that stuff now, you know?
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. It needs to be like that.
Right, but, you know, but sooner or later they're gonna link on to the Latinos, because Latinos get jacked up by the cops all the time, too.
Yep.
They get jacked up by the fucking cops just as bad as Jake, man. You look at statistically who else is in the prisons, man, at an alarming rate.
Well, really, the Most High is gonna have Esau put a big foot up their ass, man. That's a major foot, man. So Lord willing, a whole bunch of so-called Latinos start getting put to death, man. Start fucking getting fucked up by Esau, man. Because that's the only way they're gonna wake up, man. Out of the fucking, they're in a deep ass sleep, man.
Yeah, there's been good slaves for Esau right now.
Yeah, and let me say another thing, man. All these Latin tribes, man, they celebrate the white man's holidays more than Esau, man.
I love that.
They celebrate Thanksgiving. They'll celebrate Christmas. Man, I remember 4th of July, man. I don't live around no fucking Edomites. They love July more than Esau, man.
They worship Caesar Borgia more than Esau worships Caesar Borgia, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mosai's gonna destroy the 2/3, man. All you damn niggas, man, Mosai's gonna kill every last one of you wetbacks, spicks, tontos. Hey, but through the spirit, the Mosai's waking up a lot of brothers, man.
Yep.
Cause we got brothers from all over the tribes of Israel now, man. That's how you know this thing's really blowing up. And Esau's, you can see Esau, the prophecies are picking up quicker as more brothers wake up. Why? Because the Mosai is sealing the elect.
Yep.
And a lot of brothers are waking up, man. I see it, man, more than I can remember my time being in the truth.
Hey, even though when I drive down the branch down here in LA, they got a couple camps set up. They're not with GMS, but like Elder Tahar always brings out, they're pushing out that vibration to Israel. You know?
Yep, Israel ain't no joke no more, man.
Yeah, it's becoming big again, so to speak. You know.
It's bigger than it's ever been.
Yep.
With the increasing technology, the internet, and then what's also increasing, the knowledge of knowing who this damn devil is, man. And that's also waking Jake up, to know who this devil is, and these prophecies, because this devil's going down, as you can see. Can you keep reading on that?
This is Obadiah 1:4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle,
America, keep going.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars,
yep, the Esau is up there in the space stations. Keep going.
Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Now, see, then that sped up the prophecies when Esau started hanging up, doing his space expeditions, or whatever the hell you want to call it, spending billions of dollars to the so-called they say they went to the moon, but they're going up there, man, in orbit. Damn devils in little suits. But see, that also sped up this truth getting out. The Mosai bringing down Esau. These other nations getting nuclear capabilities. Because that needs to happen. And then now, all our global nuclear war is on the verge, man. Every day you wake up.
If you watch that movie Eagle Eye with that faggot Shia LaBeouf, it shows you that the satellites, they can zoom in and track you wherever you are on the globe, because GPS simply means global positioning system.
Mm-hmm.
So without these satellites, Esau ain't shit.
Well, that's why Esau wants to put the RFID in you, because that's just a big GPS, so you can know everything you do. Be the damn devil. Keep going.
Verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Yeah, because this devil goes everywhere and just guts everything out, man.
Well, can I say something on that, bro?
Go ahead.
Yeah, can you read that part up again? The start of that verse again?
This is Obadiah 1 verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Yeah, so if you got a thieves, they come into your house, they might come in, they might take some jewelry, they might take a TV, they might take a stereo, but they're gonna take whatever they came for. They might look and see if you have some money, but they're not gonna take everything out of your house. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Yeah, the grape gatherers, they might take some grapes. They're not going to take all the grapes. They're going to take enough for themselves, and then they're gonna move on. Go ahead.
How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hid things sought up?
Go ahead.
All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Yep.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
Yeah, which basically this is going to the Most High, because the Most High is going to completely destroy Esau. He's going to make him completely bare. He's going to take everything from him. And it says, they that eat their bread, who is the ones that eat the bread of Esau? His allies. The people that he sends billions of dollars to Israel. He'll send billions of dollars to this country or that country. When at the end of the day, they're all going to turn against them, man.
Yeah, because Esau has all these damn heathens. He gave them a lot of power, man. And look how he treated Jake the whole time. He let these heathens get a slide, so they're rolling along with Esau. So the Most High's going to destroy Esau's going to go off a bang, because Esau's going to be shooting missiles at them gooks in China, North Korea. But those people are really going to jack up America.
Yep.
Russians.
Yep.
They that
Go ahead, bro.
They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Yep. That's pretty much it on that scripture.
God.
Can you last scripture? Can you bring out Jeremiah 49, and then we'll go back to the article.
Jeremiah 49. Where you want me to start at?
14 to 18.
This is Jeremiah 49 and 14. I have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, Gather ye together, and come against her, and rise up to the battle.
Hey, that's exactly what happening right now. When you read what's going on, all these nations are coming together against America. You have the BRICS nations, Russia, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. The list goes on and on, man. All these nations are going to come against Esau, man, and come for battle, man.
That's right. Keep going.
Gather ye together and come against her, and rise up to the battle. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen, and despised among men.
Yep.
Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart. And I was just thinking about it. The time's going to come where people are going to renounce their American citizenship because
they're already doing that, bro. They're already doing that.
But Jake doesn't have nowhere to go.
Yep.
So Jake's just gonna be stuck in a concentration camp While these other nations, these heathen nations, they can just go take a flight back home and just say, "No, I'm not an American citizen," because if you go to another place outside of America, those people know who Americans are right away. They call them turistas or tourists. You're looked at as like a stranger.
Yep. And that word, which haughtiness and pride are synonymous, that word pride comes up again, man. So this article that we're reading is basically mimicking what the scriptures say, in a roundabout way.
Keep going.
It says, verse 16, "Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart. O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord."
Keep going.
"Also Edom shall be a desolation, every one that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof."
And that's that's going to be happening, but you can see the plagues already happening here in America, right? The racial tension, that's a plague, man. And then that's going to turn into a race war, and that's going to be a real plague. And when these Edomites, when these other nations see that, they're going to be like, "Oh, look, see? America is a hateful country. Look how they're just killing each other. They don't like each other." Then blacks and those Mexicans, those whites. That's how they're going to be looking at it. Because there's going to be a race war. There's going to be mass killings, diseases, pestilences. Keep going on.
Verse 18, "As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it."
Yeah. So, I'm going to go back to the article.
Yeah. So let me go back. It says, the Russo-Chinese energy deals. The hardiness of the West as they impose sanctions on Russia over Ukraine is almost laughable. The sanctions are a boomerang in disguise and will come back at us to destroy the American economy, which will lead to World War III. At the heart of the American economy in the petrodollar is energy, and Russia and China just cemented an agreement where they do not need the dollar. The Russia-China $400 billion energy bill signed in May this year will by 2018, which, let me just say this is some bullshit. Esau has no clue who here to 2018. He's lucky if he gets through 2015, man.
Yep.
It says this year will be by 2018, have some 38 billion cubic meters of gas flow through the so-called Holy Grail pipeline from the largest gas producer, Russia, to the largest energy user, China. The deal is many things at once. It sidesteps the petrodollar for hydrocarbon trading. Over 1/3 of the planet just moved away from the dollar when this recent deal was cemented. So instead of using that dollar, they're going to use the yuan, which is the Chinese currency, and ruble, which is the Russian currency. And they're doing hydrocarbon trading. So they're killing the petrodollar, and they're enriching themselves at the same time, man. So 1/3 of the world just moved away from the petrodollar, man. So this economy is on a fast track to collapse.
Hey, that's why Esau's trying to sell his gas all cheap right now.
Well, when you go into that, one of the reasons why the gas is cheap is because that's a one way to hurt Russia through the sanctions, and they're having a big deal with these OPEC nations, where these like Saudi Arabia and all the OPEC nations, they're also basically having issues with the West as well. So that's another reason why the gas is cheap. But like the article says, it's going to have an effect on America. It's going. That's not a good sign. People think the low gas is a good sign. Really, that's a sign that this place is quickly about to be destroyed, man, economically.
Yep.
It says, as if the Russian Chinese energy deal is not bad enough, the BRICS are driving a stake into the American economy as they have set up a new development investment bank for all of the BRICS countries. The banks would be headquartered in Shanghai, China, with the first president of the bank will be from India. The BRICS nations, of course, are a group of emerging economies and draw its name from the 5 member countries: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. BRICS is also considering starting a joint infrastructure fund with an initial capital infusion of around $100 billion to begin investing in each other's transportation, water, and sewage systems. And so what are these nations doing? They're fleeing away from America. They can one of you brothers get Nahum 3, 5 through 7, and you can break it down, guys.
This is Nahum 3, verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
Right, and that's what's happening right now. Everyone is going against this damn devil finally, because that petrodollar, that's the only reason why the dollar is even worth anything. And now when that's going to speed up, like the brother said, this gas is going down. That's going to speed up this economic collapse, and all the nations are going to see that shame, man. America being brought down. Keep going.
Yep.
And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock.
Okay, let's look at the word gazing stock. Alright, and the word there says Ra'aya. Ra'aya. Looking, appearance, seeing, sight, seeing, or appearance.
Can you repeat that, bro?
It says Ra'aya, looking, appearance, seeing, sight. Seeing, an appearance, sight, a spectacle. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically, this place is becoming a spectacle amongst the nation and being fully exposed, man.
Yeah, but then everybody's looking at America right now, seeing all this racial tension. You think, when people watch that movie 12 Years a Slave, people watch American films. They're watching that. They're watching Django. When the Western films came out, they were loving that. So they know what happened with the American Indians. They know you completely slaughtered Gad. And everybody knows you built everything on the back of the so-called black man in slavery, the Israelites, the real Jews. See how these black people are the real Jews, and Jake's waking up to it now. Right? And it says, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee and make thee vile. Yeah, because people see how vile America is, man. This place is disgusting, man. It's all kinds of trannies, pedos, just filth. Keep going on, verse 7, not?
Verse 7. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee and say, Nineveh is laid waste, and who will bemoan her? Whence shall I seek comforters for thee?
And that's what you were saying, if they're fleeing from Esau right now. Everyone can see America is full of shit. It's going down. The civil unrest is going to explode into all-out war. The economy, the petrodollar is going down. The U.S. military, all their occupations are just worthless. They're just there, just keeping the drug war going. And people don't want you, like Japanese don't want you over there in their land anymore. The Germans don't want you over there anymore. So all these other nations, they're going, like this is going to say, the beast shall hate the whore. They're going to jack up America. And what was that last part you wanted to read out? The Britain?
Yeah, well, actually, we could just read this part as well, because it really all ties in together as far as, these NATO nations turning away. It basically breaks down why these NATO nations are going to turn away from America.
Oh, let's keep going into it.
And then, Lord willing, there's also a map that hopefully, we'll have it on the screen, so brothers.
Of the pipelines?
Yeah,
we got it right here.
What we're talking about.
Yeah, we got it right here.
So it says, the next section of the article reads, Turkey's gas deal with Russia is a strategic game changer. It says Turkey's gas deal just inked with Russia represents one more time that the grand chess master Putin has outmaneuvered the amateur checkers player Obama. Which, real quick, can you get Proverbs 21:1? Because Putin ain't shit. He ain't no master chess player. He's a puppet, and then the people that are controlling him, they're a puppet of the Most High himself. The Most High is the one that's really making these chess moves. Putin ain't shit. He's just a vessel being used by the elite, and the elites are a vessel being used by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man.
It says Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will.
Right, so everything that's going on with these heads of state, like Putin, like Obama, it's all the Most High that's in control of this thing, man. You know? That's another thing these people don't understand. They don't understand that the Most High controls them. If the Most High wanted to make Putin act like a beast like he did Nebuchadnezzar and have him walking with his shirt off and looking like a damn caveman Edomite and grow all his facial hair out, he could do that in front of the world, man. That's not going to happen, but I'm just saying, as an example, the Most High is in control of the leaders of nations, man. You know? Not Putin, not Rothschild. This is the Most High's program.
That's right.
It says, with this gas deal, Turkey may not have formally left NATO, but make no mistake about it, Turkey has left NATO. Turkey and Russia are longtime adversaries since the implementation of the Cold War and the advent of the 1947 Truman Doctrine. This gas deal is a staggering blow to the U.S. and NATO because Turkey has been not only a key NATO ally, but it has been the linchpin of all American efforts to bypass Russia with oil and gas pipelines. The situation caused by the Turkey-Russia gas deal is so dire that in the event of World War III, the U.S. would be forced to destroy this pipeline. In other words, Turkey has just become a military ally with Russia. Russia's decision to cancel Russia's South Stream gas and oil pipeline project was bad enough, but this, coupled with Turkey signing a gas and oil deal with Russia, delivered a staggering and perhaps knocked-out blow to the ability of the United States to hold together a rapidly fragmenting NATO. South Stream was envisioned as a way to supply Central and Western Europe with Russian gas, without worrying about the disruption caused by the Ukrainian situation. South Stream was supposed to run through the Black Sea, Bulgaria, Serbia, and Hungary into Austria and points west, and it attempted to counter South Stream by proposing another pipeline called Nabucco, which was to have linked Austria, Hungary, Romania, and Bulgaria with Turkey and Azerbaijan. This pipeline failed because the United States failed to secure funding for a pipeline and or a source of gas. Are you keeping a body count of the NATO allies, which are going to have extreme difficulty heating their homes and businesses and are now subject to Putin's blackmail? From a military perspective, these nations provide a buffer between Russia's invasion of America's primary NATO allies of Germany, France, Italy, and the UK. Putin will now focus on seeking defectors from these four allies. Germany, France, and Italy's motivation to leave NATO. The eventual defection of Germany, France, and Italy is easy to foretell. This is a case of a picture, or in this case, an energy map is worth 1,000 words. Which, like you said, Lord willing, we'll have that map where you brothers can take a look at it. It gives a total breakdown of Russia, Russia, the importance of Ukraine, the pipelines, and where these pipelines go into these European nations, and how vital it is for these nations to continue to consume energy from Russia. See, these nations aren't really consuming energy from the U.S., they're consuming energy from Russia. So because Russia is providing these nations with energy, Russia, that's a big bargaining chip that Russia has in their back pocket to use. It says, to anyone possessing an IQ above room temperature, This map is the roadmap to the destruction of NATO. Key NATO allies are being held hostage by Putin through energy blackmail. If NATO was to survive, the time to have attacked Russia was last spring, but that shit has failed. Can you imagine? You just open your contacts list on your phone and all of your friends and business associates are gone. This is what's happening to the United States. Once again, and can you, brother, Bonnie, can you bring out Revelation 17, where it says, "Thee shall hate the whore"?
I'm holding that.
Because it's not only going to be Germany, France, Italy. This article also goes into the UK, man, as well. Because all these allies of America are going to turn against this place. And, you know, like I remember back probably like around 2009, 2010, you know, Elder Tar, Apostle Tar, he used to always say, you know, these nations are going to turn against America. He used to say, you know, we don't know exactly how that's going to happen, but it's going to happen. Well, now, you know, 3 years down the road, 4 years down the road, 2014, we're seeing now how these nations are going to end up turning against America. It's happening right now, you know?
Yep.
Can you bring that out, bro?
God, this is Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. And
well, the 10 horns are basically European nations, you know, that came out of the EU that are linked up with NATO. You know, at one point they're part of the beast, they're part of NATO, but they're going to hate the whore, which is America. Go ahead.
These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate, and naked, and shall eat her flesh.
Yep. How are they going to eat her flesh? By destroying her completely with nuclear fire. We just read Turkey's a part of NATO, part of the beast. And in the article it said that Turkey has now basically become a military ally of Russia through this gas deal that they've signed together, man. Go ahead.
And shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
And burn her with fire. So, not only Turkey, because Turkey, they're not a part of the 10 horns, but Germany, Italy, France, the UK, they're gonna come and also destroy America with fire.
Yep.
Was there any more on that?
God, for the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Heavenly Father shall be fulfilled.
Yep. And we're seeing that right now. The words of the Heavenly Father are being fulfilled, man. Because now you see NATO is slowly starting to break up. So hey man, we're close to this thing going down, man. You know, we're close to this thing going down, man. We're willing 2015, whether it's 2015, 2016, I don't know, but I know it's close. You know, I can say that for sure, with 100% surety. And I know every brother in this truth can say the same thing. We're getting closer to this thing, man.
That's right.
Hey, you want to say something, bro?
So you're saying it's a go, Ak?
Yeah, like Alex Jones said, what was that, back in 2010? It's a go. It's a go. 413, it's a go. It's on.
It's on. It is on. It is on. It's a go.
Yeah, that fucking Mossad agent, Alex Jones, man.
The Zionist shill. Bill Hicks.
Hey, speaking of Alex Jones, man, this guy, man, he fell off. He's totally been exposed, man. That dude is horrible, man.
Yeah, even that dude, Green, what's his name? AMTV? C. Green?
Christopher Green?
That guy fell off hard, man.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what it is? Esau is slowly realizing that the party's over, and he's losing steam, man. You know? He's losing his steam. At first, they, you know, we're going to come, we're going to fight, you know, we're going to be resistance, we're going to wake up, and now they're realizing, man, we can't do shit. All we can do is, you know, report what's going on because this thing is over with. You know?
Yep. And then try to get with Esau and do whatever Esau tells him to do.
Yeah, and then try to make as much money as he can off of selling them bullshit survival products, you know?
Yeah. And you ain't gonna survive these missiles, Esau. I don't care how you know how to make water. Your distill water in your own backyard. It don't matter. The Mossad's gonna zap that, man.
Yeah, purchase the new water filtration system.
Yeah, the Mossad's gonna zap that, man. He's gonna destroy that nuclear fire.
Yep.
For you damn Edomites in it.
Yep. And speaking about like these water filtration systems and survival packs that these guys are selling, it came out this week that the Treasury Department, along with Bank of America, and all these other major banks, they're supplying, they're being supplied with survival kits, man. The Treasury Department is supplying them with survival kits, man, because they know that something's about to go down. They're giving them like, I forget what they're called, but basically they're calorie bars. So one bar has 3,600 calories. They're giving them water filtration kits and tablets and all different type of stuff, man. Because they know the people behind the government, they know that this thing is getting close, man.
Yep.
Yeah, the Alex Jones, C. Green, Dabu 77, and all these other so-called patriots or whatever, freedom fighters, they're losing steam, man, because they know this. They don't have unlike us, man. They don't have hope. They don't have anything to hope for, man. This is their kingdom. This is their rest. You know, we got something else to look for. So we are gladly accepting what's going on in Esau society, the downfall of America. You know.
Yeah, we're not gonna go get up with these niggas out here and put our hands up and to take pictures and post on Instagram. Like, look, I got my hands up, you know. Or wear a shirt that says I can't breathe and just shoot the basketball in warm-ups. Wear I can't breathe shirt during warm-ups. What's that gonna do, man?
If we wear a shirt, it's gonna say "fuck you, niggas," man. That's what it is.
Or go have a die-in. We're not gonna have camp tomorrow. We're just gonna have a die-in.
Yeah.
What kind of shit? That's like a straight mind control tactic, man. Because you're literally gonna lay down for a certain amount of time and just die for this white man. You know. It's supposed to be symbolic, right? But it's symbolic of you laying over, submitting yourself to be killed, man. Being a living sacrifice for this damn devil, for this new world order. You idiots. Now go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like the scriptures say, man. Who shall rouse them up, man? He counts down as a lion, as an old lion, man. You know, so when they do that laying down in the street, really, that's symbolic for Jake being an old ass lion, man. Basically, he don't have no fight, so we're just gonna lay down. Anytime you lay down, what happens? You get ran over, man. You're supposed to stand up, but really, that's gonna be the Most High. He's gonna put the spirit, mainly. I mean, he's gonna put the spirit on some of these Jakes out here to get rowdy and come against Esau, but really, that's talking about the elect. The elect are going to get roused up. The Most High is going to put that spirit on us to overcome this devil, man, and just to ultimately get delivered, man.
Yep. You know? And the people who even set up these tactics, right, for like a die-in are so-called Jews, right? We're so-called Jews who run these little protest organizations who are probably Masons or have a little brotherhood, and they go back to the main so-called Jews, the elites. You people are just so ready to be destroyed, and like you're saying, Esau's losing steam right now.
Yep.
And that's why it says in Lamentations, just rejoice and be glad. You know, just enjoy your. This might be your last Christmas, Esau. Might be your last time you gonna open presents, you damn devil.
Really, man, this really might be the last Christmas for Esau, man. That can actually be a reality, man. This could really be Esau's last fucking Christmas. Hey, honestly, I haven't really been seeing that Christmas spirit like before either, though.
Yeah, Esau even said that his Black Friday sales fell too.
Yeah. And
they've been opening more. They've been opening up on Thanksgiving night. You know, they've been doing all this extra shit, and they ain't selling as much. America's done, man.
Yeah.
You Edomites. So go ahead.
we're already detached from all that bullshit. But I really haven't seen that, Chris. I don't see as many lights and all that bullshit, and I don't see as many decorations. I haven't seen that as much, man. You know.
Yep.
But let me go read this last part of the article, man. Wrap this thing up. This is the last section, which we'll read, which it's a lot more, but this is enough for tonight. It says Britain is waffling at the threat of the coming World War. America is on the verge of losing its closest and most important ally, Great Britain. Ahead of the Vienna Conference on the humanitarian impact of nuclear weapons, members, mostly British, have expressed extreme trepidation of the possibility of coming nuclear war. The conference participants stated that urgent action is needed to minimize the risk of a nuclear war. Some of the signatories include Conservative Defense Secretary Lord King, Labour Party counterpart Lord Brown, former Foreign Secretaries Margaret Beckett and David Owen, former NATO Deputy Supreme Allied Commander Europe Lord Richards, former Liberal Democrat leader Sir Menzies Campbell, John McCall, former Chief of the Defense Staff, even General James Cartwright, former Vice Chairman of the U.S. Joint of Staff, signed the following letter. The above and other prominent UK leaders stated the following. Tensions between the nuclear-armed states and alliances in the Euro-Atlantic area and in both South and East Asia remain ripe with the potential for military miscalculation and escalation, says the letter to Sebastian Kurz, Austria's Minister for Foreign Affairs. In a vestige of the Cold War, too many nuclear weapons in the world remain ready to launch on short notice, greatly increasing the chances of an accident. This fact gives leaders faced with an imminent potential threat an insufficient amount of time to communicate with each other and act with prudence. There should also be better crisis management in conflict hotspots and new security measures, warning that stockpiles were insufficiently secure, making them possible targets for terrorism. The above is a Chicken Little, Neville Chamberlain type of proclamation, which is telling the United States that we will not be supported as world events move toward World War III. America will soon be alone. So right there, it tells you that America's going to be standing alone real soon in this coming World War. And let me read this one scripture, because it goes into the... you brothers know I have it right here. Well, is that Isaiah 46 when it says, basically, she that bear thee shall be ashamed of thee?
I got it right here.
Okay, bring that out, bro.
This is Jeremiah. Can I start at 9? It's a little bit above the point.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
It basically summarizes our topics, though. This is Jeremiah 50 and 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country.
Yep.
And they shall come.
No, go ahead, bro.
Okay, the north country, meaning Russia, and you see, linking up with Turkey, and then to the south of Russia, you got China. And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow as bulls.
Yep.
And here's the point you wanted, verse 12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert.
Yeah, this right here, this article is bringing out how Great Britain is even going to turn against America. So how did Great Britain bear America? Because America came out of Great Britain. America is nothing but an extension of Great Britain or the United Kingdom. Really, it's nothing but an extension. All those crooks and thieves and criminals that came out of Great Britain and they set up this so-called great country known as the United States of America. You know, which is nothing but a wicked cesspool of perversion and depravity. And the Most High is going to destroy this place. That's all I'm going to say about that, man. This place is a fucking hellhole.
That's right.
Hell, man. And I don't know if you brothers noticed, man. I know y'all brothers noticed. 2014, this place has gotten a lot more wicked than even 2013 compared to 2013. 2013 seemed like America was a righteous place, man. Compared to this year. And then next year, man, next year, 2015, this place is going to be even. This place is a sick place, man. Sick ass place, man. Every time you turn on the TV, you go on the internet, it's nothing but perversion and wickedness, man. Moral depravity. It's nothing righteous about this place.
That's right.
Hey, go ahead, finish that, bro.
Con. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. And America is the hindermost of the nations because it's one of the last and youngest nations to rise to power, and their power is going to be short-lived because America is going to be destroyed off the face of the earth.
Yep. Hey, can you read the 13th verse and we'll end it on that, you know?
Con. This is Jeremiah 50 and 13. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues.
Yeah, because once America's destroyed, everybody's going to be in complete shock, man. They're going to, they're not going to believe it, you know? Damn, this great nation, damn. You know, finally got destroyed. They're going to be in total shock when this place is destroyed, man. And you people over here in America, when these missiles drop, man, your heart's going to fucking leap out of your throat, man. You're going to be in total shock. But it's going to happen because it's written in the scriptures. And the Most High, once He says it, He can't take it back. So, you know, this place is done. This place is finished.
Yeah, we're just trying to seal. That's the Most High, you know. Once He seals the elect, it's go time, man. This place is done. Like you said, it keeps getting more and more wicked. All right, a lot more and more of you so-called black men, you so-called Latino men, and you so-called Native American men can get shot by police, or just get lynched by random Edomites. All right, and then this Most High is going to set up these race wars real soon. A lot of you people are going to die in these race wars. That's going to cause martial law, concentration camps.
Yep. Hey, I'm gonna say this, especially you know, like I said on these comment boards, you Edomites, man, you really think you're gonna win this race war, man? And a lot of you, which is a complete lie anyway, but a lot of you will say, you know, there's more of us. We outnumbered them. They're the minority, you know, which is a complete lie anyway. Because you so-called white people, you had a negative birth rate in America and in Europe and around the world. There's more Edomites dying than not being born. But regardless of that, let's just say hypothetically that, yeah, there was more Edomites in America than there were, you know, Israelites. It wouldn't matter because, as the scriptures say, the strength coming from heaven. It's not in the multitude of the battle, man. It doesn't matter how many people you have. It matters about whose side the Most High is on. Because Gideon, he defeated, I believe it was the Midianites with 300 men, you know? Which that's where they get the movie 300 from, or a concept of it from. So it don't matter if there's more Edomites in America. And when the Most High puts a spirit on our people to come against you, we're going to defeat you, man. You know? We're going to defeat you, and we're going to defeat you easily once the Most High puts that spirit on us. So all you Bible-believing, gun-toed Edomites, you got a rude awakening coming for you, man. all you got to do is read what Numbers 23 and Numbers 24. It tells you what's going to happen in the last days. We're gonna destroy you heathens, man. And it's going to happen real soon.
That's right.
So I don't know if y'all brothers got anything else.
You just finished on that last verse, verse 14.
Verse 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord.
And then there you go. That's the nuclear destruction of America right there. Right? Everybody who has nuclear capability is going to shoot every last missile they got over here on America. And in other places of the world. Because it's going to... Even the land of Israel is going to get blasted off the map, you know? All you Edomites the 1/3 Edomites, all you 1/3 Edomites, you elect Edomites, you're gonna go straight into slavery. You gonna go straight into slavery, man. That's you just getting ready for a good transition from being the most powerful demon on planet Earth to being a damn slave, man. A piece of shit that you are, a vile piece of shit that you are.
Hey, can I say something on that, bro? They made big news in the media and on the sports media how the so-called prince and princess, what's the dude's name, William?
Yeah.
Kate Middleton, whatever her name is, not Middleton, whatever.
Willie and Kate.
That bitch name is.
Willie and Katie.
Yeah. Well, they came over here and they watched the Nets play, and then I guess after the game, LeBron James gave that bitch a hug, and he was sweating and shit. And they were making a big deal saying that he basically put his sweaty body on the queen or the princess. You know, she should be happy she has a sweaty body on her, because real soon she's gonna have chains on her, man. And she's not gonna have LeBron James sweat. It's gonna be her own sweat that's gonna be all over her, man. You know?
Yeah.
Fucking damn devils, man. Talking about he put sweat on her. That bitch ain't shit.
Fuck that bitch.
She's a low-level Edomite.
That bitch is...
Ugly piece of shit.
Yeah, what's so great about that bitch, man?
She just opened her legs and had a little baby.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cryptos. A bunch of crypto Jews, alright? Fucking Saxon Coburgs, whatever the hell they are. You know, it was a big show. And those guys are going in slavery, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And how the hell can you go be a prince, man, and the highlight is meeting LeBron James, man?
Because that just shows you who the real kings are, man. They get off on meeting LeBron James and Michael Jordan and Kobe, all these Edomites, man. They get a hard on when they meet Jake, man.
Right.
You know. What is her name? Kate. You know, she got real moist too when he put his arm around her.
Oh yeah, she's ready for the kingdom. these white bitches, man, all these women of these other nations, they're gonna be happy that you devils are going down too. Cause all you Edomites, you ain't shit, man. Especially you anti-feminist Edomites. I be on their pages. They be really not be getting any pussy, man. You know, they really some real sexually frustrated devils. You know, and a lot of them are just in denial because you're homosexual, man. Just deal with men. You that's what you Edomites do. You just put a perverse, wicked-ass vibration to be a faggot out here, to be a transvestite, to be a pedophile, to be a zoophiliac, to eat doo-doo, to be a demon, to worship a spiritual demon, Satan. The Most High is going to destroy you so-called white people, man. And that's part of this was this all about, man. You Edomites here in America getting destroyed, your pride, you getting put into slavery. You ain't going to stop what's going to happen. You ain't going to unite people together for some nigga who got choked out by the police.
Yep.
Like the Apostle guy said, you know, will that nigga Eric Garner go out and march for a nigga who got choked out, man? He wouldn't have done it. He'd probably still be selling Lucy's right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Mike Brown, that nigga still be stealing Swishers, man. He wouldn't give a damn about niggas getting shot.
Nope. No. But yeah, you Edomites, man. Going back to Esau, no, we getting off the World War III topic, but going back to Esau, man. That the so-called white woman really, she despises it. She really doesn't want. Only reason she is Esau because he can provide her the amenities that she wants, that comfort,
Mm-hmm.
But if she meets a Jake that can do the same thing, she'll leave Esau in a minute, man, and not even think about it.
Yep.
Esau ain't shit, man.
Yes, I seen that today, man. Some nigga with a white bitch, you know.
Yeah, you see that every day now, man.
Yeah, you so-called white people ain't shit, man.
Yeah, the white man, Esau, you're done, man. You might as well just give up, man.
Yeah,
If there was a righteous bone in Esau, he would just put his hands up and just say, what, I'm done.
Yeah, you want a chain around his neck, you be ready for it.
Yep. Esau's done, man.
So yeah, with that, Lord willing, we can get back on this show next week. All right. So shalom, all you brothers, deaf to America, and deaf to you so-called white people.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.